Welcome to Maths for All. I'm Aisling Flynn. This is Integers 1.2, Addition and Subtraction. So actually, I try not to use the words addition and subtraction when we're working with integers. I want you to use the idea of opposites. Up and down, forward and back, or maybe for and against. We will be thinking about combining opposites and putting them together and finding the overall result or the final outcome. We'll start with up and down. So I'm using the idea of a thermometer. So up from 0 is positive or plus, so they're the warm temperatures. Down from 0 are the negative temperatures. So here's our problem. 5 minus 7. Of course, that's a plus 5. If you don't see a sign in front of a number, immediately you know it's positive. And that minus belongs to the 7. It's a negative 7. Okay, so let's look at our thermometer. Beginning at 0, we're going to go up 5 and then down 7. So up 5 and down 7. So you can see that you've gone further down than you have up. Okay, so the overall result will be down or below 0. And it will in fact be minus 2 because 7 is 2 more than 5. So you ask yourself, which is more and by how much? Let's look at forward and back. This is more typical of maths where we use the horizontal number line. Our problem is minus 3 plus 8. So minus 3 and plus 8. So we're going to go from 0, we're going to go back 3 and then forward 8 and see where we arrive. So back 3 and forward 8. So you've gone forward more than you have gone back. So the end result will be positive. And you've gone forward 5 steps more than you went back. So the result will be plus 5. That's where you end up. Now, for and against. Let's take team negative in the red and team positive in the black. So let's say in a match, team negative score 9 goals. Team positive score 4 goals. Who wins and by how much? So clearly negative wins and they win by 5 goals. So if we were to write that in maths, we have negative 9 and positive 4. Minus 9 plus 4. Okay, and negative wins by 5, so that's minus 5. So always ask yourself which one is more and by how much. For and against again. So let's consider a two-legged match. So home and away, where the winner has the highest total or aggregate score. So here we have 4 numbers. Let's say the home game, there was minus 3 plus 2. So 3 goals for negative and 2 for positive. And the away game was minus 1 plus 5. So I've color-coded the negatives and the positives. And the next step we can do is combine them to find a total for each over the 2 matches. So in total, negative has scored 4 goals. So that's minus 3 minus 1, that's total minus 4. And positive has scored 7 goals. So who has more? That's positive. How much more? 3 more. So the answer is plus 3. So now I want to consider taking a negative. What does that mean? We're going to look at it in a few different scenarios. Let's take a match where the red team, the negative team, scores 3 own goals. So 3 goals against themselves. So who wins the match? Well, clearly team positive would. Okay. By how much? By 3 goals. So how do we write this in maths? So we write minus 3. Okay, so team negative scored 3 goals against themselves. Okay, and it gives us a +3 result. So team positive won by 3 goals. Let's look at that another way now. The more ways we look at it, then maybe one will land and we'll understand it. Okay, so let's stick with the idea of opposites. Imagine that you're in debt of 15 euros. So you are down by 15 euros or minus 15. Let's say your mother kindly says that she will take your debt, so take it away from you, and she will pay it when she can. So she is taking or minus a negative 15. So we see minus 15. So all of a sudden, you are now 15 euro better off than when you began. So you end up with plus 15. Okay, on your whatever your situation was, you are now 15 euros better off. And finally, a third way of looking at taking a negative. We're going to consider opposites again. So in maths, we can use a minus sign to show opposites or reverse the direction on the number line. So you can see on the number line that the opposite of positive 4 is negative 4. So what is the opposite of negative 4? Well, the answer is positive 4, isn't it? So we can use minus 4 to indicate we're looking for its opposite, which is, of course, 4 or plus 4. So here's some examples of how you see those things written. So 10 minus 4, of course, is 6. So that's something we're used to. But 10, take away a minus 4. Okay, so minus 4. When you see two minuses coming together, it means you're taking a negative. And we saw that has the effect to change to a plus. So minus changes to plus, and you have 10 plus 4, which gives you 14. Okay, so taking a negative becomes a positive. And here are 3 examples where you can see that written. Okay. All right. Okay, here's some examples. So 14 minus 3 plus 7 minus 11 equals. Okay, so we have lots of positive numbers and negative numbers. The first thing I'm going to address is taking the negative. So you see where you see the 2 minus signs come together. I'm going to replace those with a plus. And so now we have 14 plus 3 plus 7 minus 11. And that's something we can do. So we'll combine all the positive numbers and negative numbers separately. So we have 24 minus 11 is what it becomes. And the result then is plus 13. One more. Here we see the minus, or taking a negative at the beginning. So we'll start by changing that to positive. Okay, now we'll gather the negatives and positives together. So I've color-coded them there, combine all the black positives. We get 26 minus 29, which is more, 29, by how much? 3. So we get a result of negative 3. So now it's your chance to practice those integers. Have a go at the quiz first and then the written exercises. Thanks for listening.